From the CISO series, it's Cybersecurity Headlines.
These are the cybersecurity headlines for Wednesday, October 1st, 2025. I'm Sarah Lane. China-linked group hits governments with stealth malware. Palo Alto Networks' Unit 42 says a new China-linked hacking group, Phantom Taurus, has spent the past 2 years targeting governments and telecoms across Africa, the Middle East, and Asia. The group focuses on ministries of foreign affairs, embassies, defense, and geopolitical events, using a custom .NET malware suite called NetStar. Researchers say that Phantom Taurus operates with stealth and persistence, using time stomping and advanced evasion to enable long-term intelligence collection for China's interests. Chinese hackers exploit VMware 0-day since October 2024. Broadcom patched a high-severity VMware ARIA operations and VMware tools vulnerability that had been exploited in zero-day attacks since October of 2024 by UNC 5174, a Chinese state-linked threat actor. The flaw allowed unprivileged local attackers to gain root-level access on VMs. The US, the UK, and Asian institutions have previously been attacked through multiple exploits, often selling access to networks. Broadcom also recently fixed other VMware 0 days, including 2 NSX flaws reported by the NSA and 3 earlier ARIA tools bugs. Apple's iOS fixes a bevy of glitches. Apple released iOS 26.0.1, fixing Wi-Fi and cellular glitches on iPhone 17, photo artifacts, voice-over failures, and blank icons with custom tints. The update also patches a font parser vulnerability that could let attackers corrupt memory via malicious fonts. iPadOS, macOS, watchOS, tvOS, and visionOS have all received bug fix updates, with iOS 26.1 expected later in October. Cyber attack on Asahi disrupts production. Asahi Group said a cyber attack disrupted its Japan operations, causing system failures that halted orders, shipments, call centers, and production at some of its 30 domestic factories. The company is investigating and restoring systems, but did not give a recovery timeline. No personal data leaks have been confirmed. With nearly 40% market share in Japan, the disruption is expected to be costly for Asahi and resellers. Huge thanks to our sponsor, Nudge Security. The SaaS supply chain is a hot mess. As your workforce introduces new SaaS apps and integrations, hidden pathways are created that attackers can exploit and gain access to core business systems. That is exactly what happened in the Drift breach, and it will happen again. But all is not lost. Nudge Security gives you the visibility and control you need to stop these attacks. Within minutes of starting a free trial, you will discover every SaaS app and integration in your environment, map your SaaS supply chain, and identify risky OAuth grants that could be exploited. The best part? Nudge Security alerts you of breaches impacting your third and fourth party SaaS providers. That's right, even fourth party. So you can take action quickly to limit the ripple effects. Learn how Nudge can help you secure your entire SaaS ecosystem at nudgesecurity.com/supply chain. Cyber law and state grants set to go dark as Congress stalls over funding. The Cybersecurity Information Sharing Act and the State and Local Cybersecurity Grant Program are both set to expire as Congress fails to reach a funding agreement. CISA 2015 enables legal threat data sharing, while the grant provides $1 billion to states and localities for cyber defenses. Some lawmakers are warning that the expiration will reduce threat sharing and weaken cyber protections against nation-state and criminal attacks, especially for smaller jurisdictions and businesses. Critical MyCloud bug allows remote command injection. Western Digital patched a critical bug in multiple MyCloud NAS models that allowed remote command injection via crafted HTTP post requests. Firmware version 5.31.108 fixes the issue, but end-of-support devices like MyCloud DL2100 and DL4100 may not get updates. Exploitation could let attackers access, modify, or delete files, change configurations, or execute binaries. Users are urged to update immediately or take devices offline until patched, since unprotected NAS devices have historically been targeted for data theft, botnets, and ransomware. Cleopatra Trojan makes bank transfers while you sleep. An Android banking Trojan called Cleopatra has infected more than 3,000 devices in Italy and Spain, disguising itself as the defunct pirate streaming app Mobdro. The malware abuses accessibility services to gain full device control, using obfuscation techniques to evade detection. Attackers can reportedly remotely access victims' phones at night, unlocking devices, opening banking apps, and transferring funds while the screen appears to be off. Cisco firewalls vulnerable to actively exploited flaws. Nearly 50,000 Cisco ASA and FTD firewalls exposed online remain vulnerable to actively exploited flaws, which allow remote code execution and access to restricted VPN endpoints without authentication. Attacks deploying the Lion Viper malware and Ray Initiator bootkit began before patches were available. The U.S. CISA issued an emergency directive requiring federal agencies to secure or disconnect affected devices, while global exposure remains high, particularly in the U.S., UK, Japan, Germany, and Russia. If you are going to be in New York City later this month, you need to join the CISO series for a live podcast recording. On October 23rd, we will be recording a show at Mimecast Elevate 25. The show is free to attend, but you do need to register. So head on over to our events page at CISOseries.com for more details. We really want to see you there. If you have thoughts on the news from today or about our show in general, be sure to reach out to us at feedback@CISOseries.com. We'd love to hear from you. I am Sarah Lane reporting for the CISO Series. Stay safe out there, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Cybersecurity headlines are available every weekday. Head to CISOseries.com for the full stories behind the headlines.